Good morning, everybody. Yeah, that's right. I'm late. We if there's a link if anybody wants to come in here with me. Yeah, I've been up to about 5 minutes, Jabez, and I was up late last night doing some stuff, and Roberta gets up early in the morning. Yeah, I'm slow. Roberta gets up at 5:30, so I got up with her, took some meds for my hip, and after she left, I laid back down, and I woke up about 5 minutes ago. This is gonna be a long winter without. It's gonna be a long winter with my arthritis. I can tell already. Yeah, James, when you get to be 85 like me, you'll be late too, and that's okay. Absolutely. Good morning, Chastity. Let's see who all's in here. Cashy, good morning. Laura, good morning. Peddling Profits, good morning. Beth, good morning, Beth. Hope everything's going good out in Texas. And of course, Jabez, always a pleasure. Silver hair, how's Gwen this morning? Um, Texas, yeah, I'm old. I am old, but that's okay. I'm alive, you know. So anyhow, it's a lovely Carolina blue sky today. I wish Lag would. I keep telling him he needs to, if he's not going to want to come on as himself or herself, to get one of those virtual YouTubers or whatever they call it. It's like the animated character, and use a voice changer. Good morning, Phil. You're not in, oh, you're in the waiting room. You're like, no, you're not. But where you're at, you're in the waiting room. Uh, so anyway, Jeb, is everything back to normal over there? Yeah, okay. Like you identify. You go right ahead. Uh, Good morning, Jake. Semi-normal. Yeah, when Anissa gets here, I got something I need to talk to her about. Good morning, Ping. So, did everybody wake up to a bunch of sales this morning? I actually had two for about 75 bucks. There she is. I said it. I said her name when she pops in. Yeah. Let's see what you got. Anybody want to come in, you feel free to. Well, good. Oh, good morning, Scott. How are you this fine morning? Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was. I mean, I'm sure it is. Jabez. Jabez. My in-laws who live down the mountain from Asheville, they're pretty much everything's back to normal. I'm sure they do. All the roadside debris. Your last time taking Joni to the doctor, is she divorcing you, Or are you planning? Is she planning on killing you at some point today, Scott? Nice, Chastity. Nice. And of course, with people selling stuff, that means they have to go out and buy stuff. Oh, she can walk, so she can take herself. Okay. Yeah, they're between Marion and Old Fort, and that's where we're looking at potentially buying a lot. Good morning, Land Shark. There's the link again if anybody wants to come back here, come in. Let me add Ping. Good morning, Ping.
Good morning, Tom.
Good morning. Now you did you go to the a physical or did you do the online?
I did both. I went to the what do they call it? The ah, whatever it was. It was the day before. I went Tuesday. It was in Long Beach, and they expected a lot more people, but they didn't show up. But we got some nice swag there too. And then when the opened, finished on Wednesday, Thursday, right? You had to answer a survey, and they said that 400 people would be randomly picked rather than the first 400 people who answered it.
Right,
So I got it. Uh, I got the email that said it would be arriving around the 15th. So I got it yesterday because it was hidden behind a box. So let me show you what we got. First thing I opened up was this. It's a bag. A cheapy bag. It says eBay on it.
right,
International. Okay. Then a sweatshirt because they asked us for our size, and I like it because it doesn't have eBay all over it.
right,
See, it just has those colors.
right.
And I told them 2XL, so it'd be nice and big. I was expecting a T-shirt actually. Let's see. Oh. Then they had eBay thank you.
Right.
I don't know what. Oh, maybe this is chapstick. It's sealed up. I just found it. eBay. Of course, it has eBay shipping on it.
Right.
I think it must be chapstick. Now this thing is nice. Oh, well, this is wrapped up. It's an LED ring light. It's got a clip on it.
Right.
So I'm not sure how you're supposed to work.
It might hook onto your phone or something like that so you can blog.
Yeah.
Can't. Is that supposed to be fixed mount or is that supposed to, for phone? Okay. Can't say it's for phone.
For phone? Okay.
So when you can do your cosmetic, you know,
Ah.
TikTok videos when you're getting dressed in the morning.
Well, I'll have to learn how to take pictures for eBay because right now I haven't taken anything because my camera's not working and I don't know how to use it on a phone. And a scale.
Nice.
What I like about this is the display is down here. Because right now, the scale I'm using, when you put a big package on it, I
Right.
can't see what the weight is. That's it.
Well, that's some pretty nice stuff.
Yes, I thought so too.
Retail that scale's probably about $40, $50, someplace in there. Because I had to replace my small scale, and it cost me $44.
Uh, well, I know when it pouring rain a few months back, I moved my scale because I had a leak in the shed here. And then when I wanted to find it, I couldn't find it. So I had to quickly buy a scale from Amazon, and it was the same type that I already had. So that's it. Now last year I didn't get anything from eBay open. So I'm glad I got something this year. Alrighty.
Yeah, that was that. I don't know thick the sweatshirt was, but it looked good just with the colors on the front of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've got a sweatshirt on this morning, and I got sweatpants on this morning
Oh,
because I'm cold.
yeah. Well, I just looked at my phone earlier and it said it's going to be today 68 degrees. And they have predicted maybe some drizzle.
Right.
So I don't know if we're going to get it, but it seemed a little cool when I walked out. So maybe we are, which is good.
It's supposed to be 40. It's 46 today
We
here,
could use it.
and I don't like cold weather.
Mm.
Um. So Kent, did the online? Craig, if it's an eBay scale, it's probably off 4 to 5 ounces to their favor. Okay. So how were your sales this morning, Ping?
My sales, I probably don't have any. I did ship one item yesterday late because on Tuesday I spent all day with the Anaheim Seniors Club. We went down to the city of Julian, which is known for their apples and apple pies.
Right.
So we met at 8:30 in the morning. It took 3 hours to get down there. We walked around, and then we came back. We were supposed to meet back at 3:30 to get back by 6. And he was pretty right on. I fell asleep on the way back because it's a windy road and then freeways and all of that. So, but it was a good trip. I got an apple pie. Most expensive apple pie I've ever purchased. It was over $20. And
It better be good.
oh yeah, it was good. I had a slice yesterday night after dinner. It was very good. Now they were out of the classic apple pie, so I had to get the one with the crumb.
The crumb.
The crumb topping.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I like that. It was good.
I There's this restaurant called the Moose Cafe in Asheville, and it's right beside their big farmers market.
Mm.
So most of their produce comes from the farmers market that they use it, but they make apple butter, and it's the best apple butter I have ever had
Mm.
because it's not mushy. It's like grainy,
Oh,
has a
uh-huh.
texture to it. So, but anyway, if you're ever passing through Asheville, and after we finally got in contact with my in-laws that live in Marion, down the mountain from Asheville, uh, I said, "What about the Moose Cafe? Is it okay?" And my mother-in-law said, "There's people that lost their houses, and you're worried about the Moose Cafe."
Mm.
And I said, "Yeah, but that Cafe has the apple butter." But Oh, good, Jameis. I'm glad you like the Moose too. They have good food, and they have a lot. They have big portions. And we've eaten up at the farmers market, the state-run farmers market up in Raleigh, and they have a restaurant on site like that too. And their food was really good, and you got large portions. We went there for breakfast, and you get to choose your meat, and I got country ham. And I was expecting a little piece about this big around. Man, that slab of ham must have been like that. And it was all reasonably priced. Yeah, Beth, it's supposed to snow on Beach Mountain. They're not sure how tourist season's going to go this year up in the mountains because most of it's washed away. Yeah, Javis, it's on high ground. uh, yeah, both places, and I guess it's because they're pulling a lot of their produce from the farmers market. It's always been good, and we've eaten a lot at the Moose Cafe, but the one up in Raleigh, we just ate there when my son was going to school up there, and we ate up there several times, and the food was always good, and it didn't taste like restaurant food.
I heard we just got a Cracker Barrel during my Meals on Wheels yesterday. One of the ladies said that Applebee's closed down and is now replaced by Cracker Barrel.
Yeah,
So I'll have to check that out.
they're closing a lot of Applebee's.
Yeah, well, I was not impressed the one time I went there. So,
The Charlotte Farmers Market is still trying to get their stuff together. They've moved it twice, John.
oh,
But the bakery was delicious. No, I don't really go in. I'm not a tourist, so I don't do all the apple stuff. And I don't have little kids. The last time we went to an apple orchard when the boys were little, and we went and picked apples. Um, I just don't find that interesting, and I'm not a big apple eater. I mean, I like it in pies, and every once in a while I'll want an apple.
yeah,
But
I'm not an apple eater either.
yeah, I bet you did, Beth. Y'all acted like a bunch of kids. I'm gonna tell you what, that calendar, y'all ought to get together and take all those pictures and put together a calendar because y'all had a good time. Um, yeah, there's a lot of places not reopening. I saw a picture yesterday of uh, when you enter Biltmore, you used to go actually drive through the gatehouse, and then they got such traffic that they created a separate entrance. But the gatehouse to the mansion, they're they're going to have to strip the inside of it and rebuild it, and because the water was like 7 feet deep in it. So it's they're still trying to get things cleaned up there. But this is Biltmore has a big Christmas season because they start decorating like now, and people will buy tickets for the Christmas Biltmore exhibit like next year's. They're buying next year's right now. That's how big a thing it is. But it's They're not sure how that's going to go this year because there's not a lot of places for people to stay. So this is probably not going to be a good year for them. You had to come home and be an adult. That was a bummer, wasn't it? It is for right at the moment. It is because they're trying to get all the roads cleaned up so you can get to it. I'm not sure. From the article I read, I'm not sure whether they're going to get it opened back up before the first of the year. Not because of the estate, because the house is fine, the mansion's fine. It's just all of the infrastructure needed to get there. So, have to see. So since everybody's selling everything, um, and that means you got to go out and buy more stuff. What's y'all's what's y'all at this time of year? What's your source of choice? Yeah, the village took a big hit. The hotel that we stayed at when Vanya got married, Beth, it was up to the top. The water was up to the top of the parking deck. Which first floor was the parking deck, and then the hotel. So it was pretty bad. I'll have to check that out. Uh, there are people coming in from everywhere up there. I mean, it's pretty bad. Uh, the people that got my in-laws' power back on was an electrical company out of Pennsylvania. You know, I have never been to the Grove Park, Javis. Never. Um, my daughter-in-law had thought about getting married there, but there's like a two-year wait list to get married at Grove Park. Is it cool? Like I said, I've never eaten there. I've just not had a desire to. Because usually, when we're in the mountains, since as a kid we would go to Asheville, not actually Asheville. We'd go to Grandfather Mountain and camp out and do all the touristy stuff up there. So now that as an adult, it was always going skiing, and then so we just don't really go to Asheville that much. It was always like Cherokee and Beach Mountain, Sugar Mountain, um, that kind of thing. Is there anybody in the chat that has never been to North Carolina?
Me?
You've never been to North Carolina?
Oh,
Oh
the
my
only
God.
the only place I've been on the East Coast is Florida to visit Walt Disney World. Been there 3 times.
How
Uh,
many times?
I think three. To go to Walt Disney World. The last time I was there was maybe 2 years ago during President's Week with my daughter, her husband, and their 2 boys.
Right.
And I've also been, let me see, New York. Coming back from Europe, uh, we flew into New York, and
I've been to Disney World one time
mm,
in 1977.
oh wow, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that's when you had to have you paid an admission price,
Ah,
and then you had to buy tickets to ride all the rides.
mm-hmm,
And so that's how long that's been.
yeah. Well, they
I
didn't.
do want to go back. I want to go back as soon as possible because they keep changing out rides, and
Oh yes.
I wanted to, there's certain rides I want to ride. Some of them they don't even exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they had. I don't know what they e-tickets. What's that? What they were called?
Yep. Yeah, for the thrill rides, e-ticket.
Yeah, I said 1977, Anissa.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm old, and I was like 17 years old.
Yeah. That park opened in 1971.
No, excuse me. It had to be earlier than that because I had just got my driver's license, and my dad let me drive on the interstate for the first time. So it must have been like 74.
Well, according to what I can remember, they just had an anniversary. Let me see. They had an anniversary recently, and I think it was for 25 years.
Okay, it must have been like 1974, not 1977.
Mm.
Because like I said, I had just gotten I had never driven on interstate before. My dad let me drive on the interstate.
Yeah, I don't follow them much because
So
I live just north of Disneyland, and I haven't even gone there recently. But they've made lots of changes there too.
the Roberta had a conference out there one time, and she went, and my mother-in-law and my son Sasha went with them,
Mm.
and they were at the Anaheim Convention Center,
Mm-hmm.
which is like right across the street
Right.
from the park from Disney World, Disneyland, and
Mm-hmm.
they ended up going to SeaWorld and some other place. So I told her if she goes again, I'm going with her, and while she's at the at the conference, I'll go over to the park.
Mm.
Oh yeah, you Jabs, you're right. They have also basements in at Biltmore. So just go for the basements. The Halloween room. Anyway, um, how old were you? Like 9, Mike. Uh, but it's when we went to Australia, we were on tours with Australians, and we were kind of like, why are y'all taking touristy tours? And then they said they were from Perth, which is on the other side of the country, which is like Los Angeles to Charlotte, that kind of thing. And we're like, oh yeah, that's right. It's a pretty big place here. It's not like it's London or in Europe where they jump around on different countries on the weekend. Yeah, the swimming pool and the bowling alley, the Halloween room, which is how you exit, that's all in the basement. The kitchens. Okay, well, that was, I don't know. You know, I don't know what kids were like, little kids were in 1977. Because let's see, 1977, I was 19, and my younger brother would have been 16. So we didn't have any little kids in the family then. Yeah, there were staircases all over that place. It's amazing. Once everything gets opened up, if you've never been to Biltmore, everybody needs to take a trip over there. You don't have to go. You don't have to go to Europe to see a castle or a chateau. which there's parts of it that's not even finished.
Yeah.
There's rooms, upper floors that are not even finished. So back to my question. What is y'all's favorite sourcing spot? Since it's kind of an odd time of the year, I think a lot of yard sales are closing down, especially in our area. There's not a lot going on because usually coming into where I live at, there's always yard sales going on, and there weren't. There's not been any in about 3 weekends. I know Anissa, she likes to go shopping, spend lots of money. Speaking of money, Anissa, because we're still in deliberations about that land up in Marion, we're trying to get the footwork done. Uh, and we're finding septic tank installation companies, well drillers, and we're thinking about the Starlink. And this sleeps on a pile of money every night. Um, have you ever? I mean, do y'all stream through it like Netflix, that kind of stuff? I know you have Starlink. Do you like do you are you streaming through it? Because Roberta would use it for work at time. Okay, okay. The monthly fee is not bad. The $120 a month isn't bad. That 400 for the equipment, that's kind of pricey, but it is what it is. So anyway, we're thinking about doing that. Wow. Well, it's half that price now, or at least what we were looking at. It might have been a business. It might have been because they're doing a lot of free deals up in the Asheville area because of the floods. So that might be a special deal. Anyway, I was curious about it because she does. If she's working, she's got to have good service. Which if she's up there during the week, she's up there because my in-laws are sick, and she'd be at their house during the day. But uh, have you tried it, Mike? And Chastity says that she likes thrift stores.
Mhm.
And that's the thing about it is like Goodwill, which is our big thrift store around here, chain around here. Their prices are getting more expensive and more expensive. Well, good, Anissa. I'm glad that you've had. Well, see, that's another thing. This house is, and I call it. I refer to this project as kilowatt cabin. My intent is to have full backup system on it, electrical backup system with a few solar panels, and so with the house plan that we're looking at, um, it would totally be off. It could be off grid if the power went out, and that's the reason we're looking at the Starlink. It's But anyway, just so it's kind of like could be totally off grid if the power went down. The one I have here is just a small portable one because we don't have, not since Hugo have we had power to be out with for weeks. And I didn't live up here. I lived in York County, south of Charlotte then. But power might be off at a couple of days at the most. And the one we have now is big enough to sustain refrigerators, keeping phones charged up. Plus, we have solar panels to put up to them to keep it charged. But the one that we're looking in this house, we put in this house is one of their Pro systems, which has the stackable batteries. And we would put that in here and have one of their smart electrical panels put in. But this house was built in the 70s, and to do anything like that, we would have to bring everything up to the current code, and that's about $10,000, and I'm not doing that. So, um, let's see. Sorry, I was looking back at Javis and Chastity's conversation. Blackstock, unless it's grown, is not all that big. It's a country town. Yeah, that's just, and this house has got aluminum wiring in it, so that's another thing to have to deal with. And if anybody's thinking about building a house, especially you youngins, y'all should look at the EcoFlow backup system and have it integrated. Even if you don't do the battery packs right now, just do all the preliminary wiring during construction to prep for it. And this is not a you know they're not giving me any money or anything like that. I just like the product and I like that system. And there might be betters out there, but that's the one that I like. Especially if you're in California. Yeah, it is a little tiny. And if you're ever in Charlotte, have you guys been to the Junior Leagues thrift store? It's in town up on South Tryon. I've got some pretty nice stuff in there because it's totally nonprofit. It's not. They're not one of these things like Goodwill where they're a 503 or whatever it is. But the franchisers are making millions of dollars off of it. Okay, I'm glad you've been there, Javis. They have some good stuff in there because it's just people donating, cleaning out their house and donating stuff. And Junior League is the rich women, so it's pretty cool. And I've got a lot of good stuff from them. And there's Junior League had one down in Rock Hill, and I always got a lot of good stuff from them. At one time, I must have had 100 cross stitch patterns, cross stitch kits that they had gotten in, and I paid like 10 cents a piece for them because that was the kind of stuff that just sits there. Is anybody doing any like storage locker auctions? I got a bid on a couple of them. You got to remember, she's 3 hours behind us. It's going on what 7 o'clock there. I was still sleeping at 7 o'clock this morning. That's the benefit of not having to get kids off to school. Like Craig, he's still got a home. He's got a still got a teenager. I mean, I don't know who all else has kids. And as Craig said, he was still laying in bed a while ago. So, anywho, hopefully Gwen's surgery goes well today, and Todd will be back tomorrow. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I forgot today was Thursday. I was thinking today was Wednesday, and I looked at my calendar on the refrigerator, and I said some very un not very nice things, and I said, God, I gotta get this thing set up. Yeah, Craig's got plenty of money, and this does too, and this has got good money too. She's always bad. She's always poor mouthing, but she makes lots of money. She goes in there. She's like Todd. She just goes in there and lays down in a vat of $100 bills and wallers around. Yeah, no, I got when I got up with Roberta this morning, I could hardly walk. My hips were bothering me so bad. So I took some Tylenol and went back to bed because I can't take ibuprofen or I can't take the Advil because of some of the meds that I'm on. Yeah, Todd goes and just rolls around in his gold coins, and this is in her dollar bills or her $100 bills. So what all do y'all have planned for today? How about you, Ping? What you going to be doing today? You going to be listing?
No, well, nope. I'm going to be doing my Meals on Wheels, and we have a live band. Maybe a couple of dances if a men ask me to dance. And then I'll come back home and take a nap. I got to learn how to take pictures with my camera.
What kind of camera do you have?
It's a Pixel 8 Pro.
Okay.
I got it back in July.
Is
And
there not an app already installed on it?
there's a camera on it.
Well, you got to, there should be an app. If you go to where all your apps are at,
Yeah.
look for a camera,
But I
and
don't
then
want to take pictures on there for, uh, I don't want to list using the phone. I use my computer.
okay,
So all I want to do is take the pictures and then transfer them to my computer
right,
and then list from there. And I figure it's going to have I'm going to need a cable from the phone to one of these USB drives.
right.
And then I can import the photos into my listings.
What I do is I create the listing with my computer
Hmm.
because my fat fingers on those trying to type on a
Yep.
phone doesn't work. I create all of them, and then I save them as drafts, and then when I have 5 or 10 drafts, Then I go take the pictures and I upload the. You can actually take the pictures through eBay's mobile app and insert the pictures directly into it. Used to be I would take pictures and then I would have to import them over onto my desktop. Nah,
Well, I have a terabyte drive that has all my photos on it.
right,
So I want to once I take the pictures, when I figure out how to do that, transfer them all there so I have them.
right.
So
Yeah, that's what I was just saying, Javis. You know, create a draft and then take the pictures with your phone and just insert them directly into it. I can't use the app for setting up. It takes me too long. I like keyboarding. And I guess I could get I don't know. Has anybody got the keyboard that you can attach to your cell phone?
mm.
That might make it some easier. My biggest thing is, I guess if I got a stylus, I could use it to type with, but it's just so much easier for me to use a keyboard on my computer. So when I take my pictures, I upload them directly into eBay. Craig, you still with us, son? I'm give. Has she gone back for surgery yet, Scott? Todd? Craig, if you're listening, do a video on your text channel, uh, or wherever you want to put it, about uploading images into eBay with your cell phone. Craig and I usually talk off and on during the day. I'll tell him to do that. Yeah, we're all thinking about her, Craig. Craig. Todd. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to put me some, I'm going to be like an old man. I'm going to have pictures of everybody around my computer monitor with their name stuck to it. Yeah, he probably did. Because it's what? I don't know whether he takes his son to school or not. Because I think his son's like a sophomore now. Those were the days that I'd never want to return to. Yeah, we're hoping the best for her. Let us know, Todd, what's going on. But anyway, you can take, if you can set up your listings with the computer, save them as drafts, then you can open the drafts with your cell phone through the eBay app and add pictures to it. And it'll let you take the pictures through the app. And you can size them, put a white background on them, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I know, Phil. I'm one of you guys. Where's Mr. I hadn't seen Mr. Sadie's not been in here today. He can't. Todd's not on here, so he can't come slum with me.
I saw an interesting movie yesterday.
What'd you see?
Okay, it was called Because of the Sex or something like that. And I thought, okay. And I didn't realize who it says it's based on a true story. And I did not realize who it was until, oh my gosh, towards the end of the movie. It was about a woman called Ruth Ginsburg. Her husband is Martin Ginsburg. They are both law students. Takes place in 1956. And she's going to Harvard Law School. And she's like one of 6 women in this place. That's all men. Does that sound familiar? Like anybody you know?
Is that Ruth something Ginsburg?
Yes.
Okay.
Later on, it had Ruth. I think her middle name is Baden or Bader Ginsburg. And then I said, "Oh my gosh, she's the Supreme Court judge," and it follows her uh, on this case because of sex discrimination, and that's basically what the story was about. So yeah, interesting movie.
Yeah, it's interesting to read stuff like that. I mean, see stuff like that. How, the things that women had to do,
Mm-hmm.
they were the ones that were first getting into the whatever profession. It doesn't matter what profession it was. The trials and tribulations that they had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of hers too, but um, oh, you're driving. Okay, sorry. Well, you don't pay attention to us then. You just focus on your driving, because your wife. I'm sure your wife's not with you to help you drive. But yeah, I like movies like that too. Um, the movie about the black ladies, the mathematicians
Mm.
for NASA.
Yes.
I have
I
yet to
heard
be able
about
to
that
find.
movie.
Pardon me.
I've heard about the movie, but I have not seen it.
Uh, just the things that they had to deal with. I mean that's that's what I like about movies. I like the stuff that's not really the main focus of it. Just
Mm-hmm.
looking at these people really got ripped off. By the way, for you in North Carolina, if there's anybody in North Carolina, a today is the beginning of early voting. Get out there and vote Republican. It's gonna be what's best for you with the options that we have. So get out and start doing your civic duty. And we're doing it just because we want to get our names off the roll books, not roll book. Show that we've already voted.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
so
have.
you're going to vote for who's in the lead, right, Anissa?
Yeah, I have to get my ballot sent.
Are you going to do mail in?
Yeah, all of California got mail-in ballots.
Oh, really?
Yes, several years ago I applied for it, and they approved it. And then all of a sudden, the past two couple of years, everybody gets one, and we could drop it off at any polling place, or they have a special, like like a mailbox set up in different parts
Right.
that are collected. So they're trying to make it easy for everybody to vote.
Anissa, if you're not voting for Harris, you're saying women are not good enough to uh, to be president, and that's a joke. That was a joke. That sounded serious, but that's a joke. Some of the women that I know that are very ultra women's lib feminist type thing, even they didn't vote for Hillary because they didn't trust her. So, and Joe Walsh, is it Joe Walsh? I thought it was Tim Walsh. Oh no, excuse me, Waltz. That was the wrong person. Um, Timmy Boy seems to have a few issues of his. Oh, does he? Okay. Uh, Timmy Boy seems to have a few problems of his own right now.
Mhm.
Summer, you're in Northern California, aren't you?
Well, the boxes that I've seen in the parks, they are located near the drop near the street, so
Right.
people can just park and then drop off the ballot and leave.
My father-in-law was voting by mail-in, but his wife is when she goes in to vote, she's going to drop it off.
Well, I think we had a news report that Georgia on the first day got over 300,000 ballots. So I guess that was mail in.
Right. Oh, you're in Southern. I was thinking that you were like on the north side of Los Angeles and getting up towards San Francisco. My bad. So you're down towards the San Diego area. So you're going from expensive to ultra expensive.
Hmm.
And 'cause San Diego is real expensive from what I hear.
Yes.
Um, well, send Anissa her your information privately about your whatnot. And how is that going for you, Summer? You're in the OC. Okay.
Ah, I'm in the OC as well. Oh,
Oh, really? That's too bad. Anyway, y'all reach out privately and find out. But anyway, is that going? Is your whatnot doing good, Summer? Yeah, because Anissa, everybody knows you're not lag. You don't buy stuff and return it just for the hell of it. No, it's not goofy.
mm,
I just don't have the attention span to be able to watch whatnots. It just seems like it goes on forever and ever. And usually it's stuff that I'm not interested in anyway, so I've just not been a big whatnot person. Even though I was at one point, um, I had a whatnot account and could do it. That's just not my thing. Well,
yeah, I've
good.
never watched one either because I don't use my phone very much for anything
Well, you can watch whatnot on
on
YouTube. I mean, on eBay.
the
On
computer.
yeah, your computer too.
I just have no inclination to do so.
I don't. I don't use my phone for very much except for talking, taking pictures. If I'm on the road and I need to jump into Todd's show, I'll from the road. I'll do it then. But uh, as I tell my sons, because they bitch at me all the time because they call the house, they call here and they don't. They call me on my cell phone and I don't answer the phone because I don't have my phone, and half the time the battery's dead on it. So I'm like, call the damn house.
Hmm.
Yeah. I just don't. It just doesn't hold my attention, and that's me, not everybody, because there's a lot of people making a bunch of money on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the big screen. So, well, good luck with it, Summer. Oh, okay, okay. Are you saying it's time for me to close out?
Hmm.
Lag, it is. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
1,200 followers, that's good. But you're selling specific items, correct? You're welcome, John. I know this has not been an exciting show because Todd's not been on here. But, yeah, I ran over. Well,
Not by much.
we were in the middle of a topic, or I was anyway. So anyway, thank you, Ping, for coming in here and sharing
Mhm.
what you're getting back from eBay. Scott, appreciate you getting all that free eBay stuff because that's money that he spent in fees. Because he's always about those fees. So anyway, that's right. I was late, so I can't leave on time. So anyway, y'all have a great day. If Todd's not able to tomorrow, I'll do another show. So somebody planning on coming in here with me. You can come back, Ping. You're always welcome.
Okay, we'll see.
And have a great day. Make some money. And we'll see you later.
Alrighty.
Thank y'all. Bye.
Bye.